Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin here from Starfresh Personal Training, and I'm going to turn the blowers down. So this video is part of the Q&A session, and it's simply how do you avoid the temptation of junk food. And this is massive. There's so many people that rely on junk food, and they use it as a quick fix. And to be honest with you, I can't really blame you guys. Simply, it's so available. Everywhere you go, there's a McDonald's or there's a Burger King or Carl's Jr. or KFC or whatever it is. And the temptation to actually get stuck into that sort of thing is massive. And more so for shift workers, but not necessarily related to shift workers. But this is, I'll give you a couple of ways to try and avoid it. Now, it's so easy to go and grab a takeaway, as I just said. And usually it's because of one thing only, and it's because you've not prepared anything and you don't, or two things, you don't feel like cooking. And what you're going to find is that you get at the end of the day of a busy day, or if you get caught short throughout the day when you're busy, and you will just grab whatever's available. And simply because you've got nothing, you've probably gone out, may have not had breakfast, or you may have had breakfast and you've gone 4 or 5, 6 hours into your day, and you're going to grab the quickest and easiest thing. Not only that, junk food is very, very addictive. It's laden with trans fats and sugar and salt, and your body kind of craves all that kind of stuff. Certainly when you're hungry and you're kind of depleted, and our bodies are sort of in tune with trying to find the high sources of high calories and high sugars when you're really, really hungry. And to be honest with you, when you get to that point, you're just gonna have to usually just grab whatever's in front of you, because you haven't got the sort of control, if you like, to actually eat well. So when you're looking at trying to avoid it, we are all our salt and sugar, they're all learned tastes, they're all learned behaviors as we've gone over time. And I'm sure your parents didn't fill you with McDonald's or Burger King, or they may have done, but generally not. You were brought up on probably better food. And as a result of that, you've learned the convenience of fast foods and takeaways. And it's something you can unlearn. So when you look, you're craving the salty and the sweet, and the burgers and everything else, that's just something that's been learned, and you can absolutely unlearn that. And how do you do it? Well, simply you need to be prepared. You need to dedicate a little bit of your time in the week to making some meals. And what I've done recently is where we've bought a slow cooker, and it's been awesome. You can make some amazing recipes in it, you put it in a chuck on all the ingredients, and you let it go for 4 or 5 hours or 8 hours, and when you come home at night, you've got an absolutely fantastic meal. Another thing I do occasionally is I'll bulk cook 1 or 2 days in advance. So if I know I've got a really busy couple of days ahead, certainly if I'm on early shifts and I'm in work and I leave the house at 4:30 or 5 in the morning to go to the gym, I don't get home till 6, 7 o'clock. It's 12 hours at work, and at the evening times, the last thing I want to be doing is cooking a meal. So I got all that kind of prepared, so all my meals are prepared. And you might think it's a little bit obsessive and a bit weird, but that's my coping strategy, because then I don't need to rely on going to McDonald's and anything else. I've got my food with me. And because I'm a bit of a snacker, I like to have a few more snacks of the day. I'm never really at that point where I'm desperate for something like a takeaway or McDonald's. It's because I've prepared. And if you're one of those people that kind of find yourselves caught short a lot of the time, then you really need to look at how to do things differently. And how do you do that? Well, you look throughout your week, you're in control of your diary, and you look at where you can cook some meals, where you can prepare some meals, and then when you start doing it, you'll learn how to make them taste awesome. If you can't cook, then learn to cook. You get some really simple recipes. Look at Jamie Oliver's 5 ingredient cookbooks, 30-minute meals, 15-minute meals. You can make some amazing meals in a really short space of time. And if you really want to get away from that the fast food cravings, you need to sort of wean yourself off and be prepared and have better snacks and better meals available. One tactic I've used with people is microwave meals. And people will complain not very good, but you can get some really nutritious microwave meals for a 400-500 calorie mark, and they're pretty good. They're pretty balanced. They got proteins, veggies, carbs, all that sort of stuff, and they taste really nice. And they're a much better alternative for you to do it. And it's really, really difficult, but if you really do want to make a bit of a change, then they're the things you need to do. And you need to understand that they're really addictive. B, start preparing meals and snacks to take to work, and you know, be really mindful of what you take. And you know, that is pretty much it. There's not much more to it. And like any kind of addiction, if you find you're really addicted, you know, do it slowly. Don't do the old cold turkey thing, because you're gonna crave it even more. And you know, that's the last thing you want, is slowly wean yourself off it. And if, to say, you're eating out takeaways 4 or 5 times a week, then take it down to 2 times. And the times you do take takeaways, enjoy it, but the other 2 times, put in something in place. Hope that was useful to you guys. Hopefully, you know, there's no quick fix to it. It's literally, you know, preparing, is literally, you know, making a conscious effort to only eat it a couple of times a week until you completely come off it. But if it's something you want to do, then just get it done. So as always, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a subscribe, hit the bell, and down below, leave a comment, give me a like. Tell me it was useful, tell me it was rubbish, I don't mind. And if you have any questions, I can try and answer in a little more detail for you. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. How to you know, prevent the cravings of fast food. Start fresh. If you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.